Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Carol, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 winter fragrances. Now, until maybe 3 years ago, having seasonal scents was not a thing of mine for two main reasons. At the time, I was really not much of a fragrance collector. I still am not, but I definitely have more fragrances now than I did back then. So I would just have maybe 1 or 2 fragrances that were very versatile and I could get away with wearing them, throughout the seasons. The other thing was, living in Zimbabwe, the difference between our winter and summer is not that drastic, so my fragrances pretty much performed the same all year round. And then I moved to Europe and I just realized, like, some of my floral and citrus fragrances, they just did not last. I just couldn't get the most out of them, I guess because they were being overpowered by the cold. And then when we got into summer, I also realized, like, some of my heaviest scents, I just genuinely did not enjoy their smell. It felt too heavy and too much for the summer heat. That's when I started to separate my fragrances and I was like, okay, fine, this is what I only wear during the winter, this is what I only wear during the summer. But I still have a couple of fragrances that are very versatile and you can get away with wearing them throughout the seasons. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the top 5 that I have enjoyed over the winters and that I'll continue to wear during the winter. I know they say to save the last for the best, but I'm gonna start the video with my absolute favorite in this entire collection that I'm gonna talk about today. That is Magnificently Dubai from the house of Zara. Comes in a bottle like this. If you're new to my content or if you're just discovering me, then this is the perfect time to let you know that I am obsessed with Zara fragrances. Tell no lies when I say Zara has us bougie on a budget, girls. Now, the fragrance. This is a beautiful scent, you guys. When I tell you that I have never worn this fragrance and not gotten a compliment. Every time that I wear this fragrance, someone has to ask, oh my gosh, you smell so good, what are you wearing? And at this point, we all know that you smell good is a better compliment than you look good. From the name alone, obviously, you will know that it's going to be giving Arab perfume vibes, but I'm not well informed in that area. I just know that this is a great scent and I love it. It's a compliment getter and it definitely smells rich, like rich. Like, if you ever want to smell like you have your life together, this is your scent. Now, this fragrance has notes of leather, saffron and nutmeg. It smells very spicy, very warm, very cozy. It has a little hint of sweetness to it. This fragrance is absolutely perfect for the colder months. I enjoy this. You can tell that I've worn a good amount of it, considering I only wear this during the colder months. The things that I also really love about this fragrance, you guys, when I got this, it was $89.90. I'll put the equivalent of the dollar and the pound somewhere on the screen. And when I tell you that for that much money, I get more than 8 hours on my skin. And if I do make the mistake of putting this on my clothes, it's gonna be there until I wash it. Like, it never goes away from your clothes. Like, that's how well it performs. I was very surprised, you guys. Zara outdid themselves with this fragrance. Like, they really put their time and effort into developing this and we love to see it. The first day I wore this fragrance, I could not believe it and I was like, 8 hours and counting, and I can still smell this fragrance. And then the fact that, like, people will be a little bit far away from me and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. When I entered the room, I could smell you. And I'm like, really? So yeah, this actually performs very well. It projects very well. And yeah, if you're gonna be buying this for the first time, definitely go easy on the sprayer because you're good with 2-3 sprays. You're good. It's not one of those Zara fragrances where you have to like overspray to get the most out of it. No, at this point I think we all know that Zara is notorious for duping higher end designers and perfumes, and I'm pretty sure they were trying to dupe someone with this fragrance. It's unfortunate that I don't know which fragrance they were trying to dupe, but if you do know what this is a dupe for, please do let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what they were trying to do with this fragrance. Next on my list is another rich auntie perfume from the house of Zara as well. I did tell you guys that I'm obsessed with Zara fragrances. This is Bois Soleil. I had forgotten how beautiful this fragrance smells. Like, when I tell you guys that Zara has us bougie on a budget, girls, I know what I'm talking about. It has notes of neroli, nutmeg, tuberose, patchouli, and vanilla. This is such a beautiful scent, you guys. It has this sweet, woody, earthy smell to it, which makes it so perfect for the colder months. If you ever want to smell like I have arrived and I'm in business, this is the fragrance for you. This fragrance will have people taking you seriously and respecting you without having to say a single word. Like, that's how strong this is, and that's just how, oh my god, I love this. I absolutely love this. When I first got this fragrance, I used to just, you know, put in the little amount and it wouldn't last very long on my skin, and then on my clothes it also wouldn't last that long either. But then I started to overspray this. Like, I bathe in this thing and yeah, ever since then it projects better. And I mean, like, given how cheap the fragrances are, overspraying will not even be an issue. Like, you won't even be thinking about, oh my gosh, I spent so much and I have to overspray. No. Yeah, the trick to get the most out of this fragrance is to overspray and overspray and overspray. I guess that's the difference between this fragrance and Zara Magnificently Dubai, because that one you have to go easy on the sprayer. This one you have to go crazy to get the best out of this. Okay guys, if you've made it this far in the video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you can, or just a thumbs up. Whatever it is, I would really appreciate it. It does help me grow my channel, which is what I'm trying to do here. My next fragrance is one of Zara's original fragrances. Don't worry, this is the last Zara fragrance we're going to be talking about. One of my first Zara fragrances that I got, it is a Zara Oriental, and the warm and cozy fragrance. It has bergamot, vanilla, and caramel. Definitely gives rich auntie vibes as well, but this is the more laid back, calm kind of rich auntie. Like, the first two that I talked about draw so much attention to you, and this is more calm and more laid back. It doesn't do too much. It's very classy, very elegant, and I personally love to put this on my scarf, and I will just have a whiff of it throughout the whole day. I think when I first got it, it was during summer, and I tried it for a little bit because I knew I liked it, but it just, for me personally, it just didn't do well in summer. And then one of these winter days, I put it on my scarf and I was like, oh my god, I have been sleeping on this fragrance. But yeah, I absolutely do enjoy this, especially in the colder months. You can get away with wearing this all year round, but for me personally, it has served me better in the colder months. Do you know that Zara is well known to also change their formulations but keep the name the same? I honestly don't know why they do that, but this 2020 bottle that I have, it was amazing. Even though they do change the formulations, the DNA is pretty much still the same, and I'm pretty sure you will still like the 2022 version if they have changed the formulation, which I almost am certain that they have, because there are other fragrances that I don't talk about in this video that I bought in 2020 and then I went on to repurchase in 2022, and I could smell the difference. I'm like, huh, this doesn't smell exactly the same as, you know, the one that I had in 2020, but they're still very good and they're still very close. Like, for you to really tell the difference, you have to pay attention to it. But yeah, that's just a little I don't know, PSA. My next fragrance is an absolute favorite of mine, you guys. That is the Choo Illicit. I have to read from my notes here because it has a lot of notes. There's notes of ginger, bitter orange, jasmine, rose, honey, amber, caramel, vanilla, sandalwood, and cashmere wood. Absolutely love this fragrance, especially when it dries down and now you get the prominent honey and caramel smell, which just makes you smell so warm and cozy and delicious. It's very feminine, very elegant, and I would call this a crowd pleaser. You know, there are those fragrances that almost everyone absolutely loves. I would categorize this as a crowd pleaser. Wow, this is a very, very beautiful scent that I love. I must say I was a little bit disappointed in its performance. I mean, considering it is a designer fragrance, I was hoping for more than like 4 hours on my skin and almost poor projection. I do love to wear it during date nights. I do get a lot of compliments as well. I don't know, I don't think you guys would ever understand how much I love it when people compliment my scent. I'm like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. That just makes my day, and I get a lot of compliments on this. My next fragrance is an old goldie, one of my oldest fragrances, you guys, and it is Girl of Now by Elie Saab. This is the shine one, and when I tell you, there was a time that I used to wear this fragrance every single day. You would think it was the only fragrance that I have. Like, that's how much I loved this fragrance. Like my previous fragrance, it has so many notes. Forgive me for having to read from my notes. It has pineapple, pistachio, pear, bitter almond, jasmine, vanilla, patchouli, and iris. Now this is a very sweet fragrance. If you don't like sweet scents, stay away from this one because it is so sweet, but in a very elegant and sophisticated way. I don't know how they did that. I found the sweetness of this fragrance, for me personally, to be a little bit too much for the summer months. On my skin, I get a good 6 hours or more. On my clothes, it almost lasts forever, like until I have to wash the items. And it also has very good projection. And I would say, because of the sweetness, you really want to be careful with the sprayer because it can easily get cloying and you will not enjoy your fragrance. That's it for me, you guys. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what are your favorite winter fragrances, because I am looking to add to my collection. So I would like to know what are your favorites, and if there's any that you love in this collection, please do let me know in the comments, and I would love to hear what you have been enjoying wearing this winter.